Okay, Ukemi. Ukemi is not just your falling. In many ways, learning your falls is anti-Ukemi because you falling is you being in control. And it's just, you already know how to try to do that. It's just the fear still taking you over, okay? So you should not try to fall. You should not have a set way of falling. That's not really Ukemi, okay? We say Ukemi, but that's not Ukemi. Forward roll, back break, fall, those are not Ukemi, okay? It's that stuff in between. So, all right, how do I understand the stuff you've been doing now? Don't hit your head. Let's just reduce it to that, okay? And the second element, which never really comes out as you're doing your forward rolls or what have you, is to establish a relationship between your center and the extremities of your body. You're supposed to, but you don't need to, and so you don't, okay? So let's work on some basic drills. We'll start with katatadori, Avi Uke. The first thing is probably the largest proportion of our assigned energy prints for Kihon Waza is spinal displacement. So where he is, I have to get energy that I would be standing there. Making this wrong. Do you see this? This is going to reduce your Aikido to joint manipulation. And we want energetic manipulation. So I always am pushing through the opponent. If I'm striking, it's the same thing. I don't strike to here, just like I don't grab to here. I always, boom, strike through the opponent. That is also consistent with asocial violence. Do you know what I mean by that? Somebody is attacking you. They don't attack you like this. You see? Even if I was to grab him, you would see the aggression come in. Okay? Whether it's a grab here, don't go here and go like that. Boom! It's always driving through. So, one of the things you can look at in the prescribed energy print and fulfilling it is that my center is going forward. There's no way I can do spinal displacement and keep my center here or going backwards. Do you see that? There's no way I can do that. I might be able to push him a little, but I won't be able to displace him from where he's standing. You understand that? Okay. Therefore, at no time in my Ukemi, in fulfilling this prescribed energy print, should my butt be going backwards. Well, therefore, at no time should my head be going forward. Do you see that? There's just no way. I can't make my head go forward without my butt going backwards. Do you see that? If I displace, you see the difference? I can push through. So look for these two clues. No, no, you're doing it wrong. Third clue, because we're using katatadori in this, most of the time his yin reconciliation, because I'm doing a yang manifestation, is going to create a hole there, suki. So he does a tenkan. I'll fall into that hole. Do you see? If I pushed from my center and my head wasn't going forward and my butt wasn't going here, I'm not reducing this to a joint manipulation, my palm will stay completely on him. He goes. You see? At no time, let me do the opposite. Look what's happening. You see? There's a grip, a space here. That'll happen. Maybe I do it, I push at first, he starts to go, and I put my butt back, and he'll peel out of my grip. So that's the third thing. No butt back, no head forward, and no open grip. Do you see that? Okay, so let's just start with, this is going to be your drill. I am just going to displace him. So here, and I move through him. I'll do 2 reps of that. Move through him. Then he will do Tai no Henko in response to that, and I will make sure there's no space on my palm. And I fall into that hole from my initial intention. Watch the difference. Tell me what you think is different here. I stepped into it. I was ahead. That's why you could see that I stepped into it. You see, so I'm still trying to be in control. That's choreography, and it's a fear response. Okay? You don't like the hole, so you go, I'm going to step into space. No, it's fall into space. Okay? So 2 reps of spinal displacement, then 2 reps checking for these 3 things. Butt, head, grip, and that you're falling into the hole. Okay, let's go. So we couldn't get to the second half of the drill. You're not doing spinal displacement right. Okay? So obviously there's a skill, it is a skill set, so I probably can't do it at first. You understand? The problem is that it's not just a physiological skill set, it's a psychological skill set. Okay, so there's a kind of physiological coordination, true, but that coordination can totally be infringed upon by a psychological failing. So in other words, I can't physically get the correct amount of flexion and relaxation in my posture, and I'm afraid, and then that's going to make you tense everything, okay? Or try to get ahead of everything. Do you understand? So there's 2 things. So let's just look at the coordination thing. So when he pushes, right, what skill am I using here? Okay, grounding with that and my organization. This is the Kokyu skill to keep things apart. So a little bit, and I project him. Do you understand? Kokyu, projection, separation. There's a grounding aspect to it. Got it? Okay. So here I am, and what we're doing. What is this?
Bracing.
Bracing. Do you see? If I push, no projection. Do you see that? This is just fear. This is a fear model. Okay. What did I tell you not to do? Look at your head. It's going forward. Okay. Let's change roles. What am I doing? Bracing. I'm not grounding. Okay? So, just as he pushes here, I'm ground that. Well, now I ground his resistance. I'm grounding his resistance. Do you see that? And so this is why from step to step, I can keep walking. So he can try to, you can try to reground as I displace you, okay? So he's grounding, and I'm going to walk. Do you see that? When you go like this, okay, and the hole comes. You will fall into it. But if you pay attention, you will have disconnect. And then should the technique turn on me, whoa, now I have lost the relationship necessary for Ukemi. Do you see that? So, I am not a person who goes flying in and then gets taken off balance. Let's watch that skill again that just happened. Okay, so he'll do Tai no Henko, and then he'll do another turn. Watch, do you see me in the bracing angle? Watch what happens to my body. Go. You see this huge state of off balance. Let's do ski, and he moves out of the way. Okay? Ski. Does that look like a good punch to you? That looks like an idiot, right? He moves out of the way, I'm ready to go again. He moves out of the way, I can keep changing angles. Do you see? So, we don't have the right physiological organization. You're bracing, then you do fall in, but you don't have Ukemi. Okay? Here. Push from here. No, this is wrong. That takes you right into the bracing angle. Pay attention. You just go, well, I'm just going to do it a little. Okay? Don't do it at all. Here. We'll go to 0.5 drill. Here. Okay, 0.5, go. Okay, so back to drill 1. So I'm pushing from here. The back foot is grounding all of the charge that's happening for me increasing friction here. Back foot, not front foot. Back foot, right? Till it passes, so it's going into a yang phase. Yang phase, it can't go anymore, but you'll see that the front foot can now go into a yang phase. See? So, watch my knee angle, okay? Front knee, driving down. Front knee now comes to the toes. Do you see that? Well, once the front foot does that, that's where I have push. That's where I have the new grounding foot. Do you see that? And so I can walk. When you do the other one, you've pinned yourself. You see? And that's why you fall. Okay? Here, ground the back foot. Give me some energy. Ground the back foot. Shift. The front foot passes into the yang phase, and this foot is off, but I have the grounding. Boom, 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 and I'm just walking that way. Do not prioritize moving him. Prioritize proper weight shifting. Boom, boom, there it is. Boom. Okay, drill 1, go. Okay. So all that is supposed to happen in an instant. You see that? It's the same thing when he pushes, right? All this happens on an instant. I'm doing it back to him. Okay? So that is why you're really training the same things on Uke and Nage side. Okay? But right now you guys are like, this is how you come in. Okay? And it's how you ski too. Boom, your body moves through. You're not falling. He's doing something to your geometry that creates a kazushi. I'm not doing it, and I'm not violating sound fighting kinesiology. Okay? So, let's try now. I'm practicing, go back to the other drills. I'm moving through, and I'm trying to do it right on contact. Whoa. That means from his wrist, I have to feel his center. Then, right on contact, he does his thing, but I don't let go of my attention. Here's where the psychology comes in. Because you're going to go, whoa, and you're going to pull out. Okay? Right on contact, he goes. And I will just fall right into it. My only aim is to hold the courage so I can hold the center-periphery relationship. What we tend to see is this. You see? Experience this light falling right on contact. Then we all stop and settle. Without breaking that relationship. Right on contact. Okay, so 2 more right on contact displacements. Boom. And then 2 into the drill. My start stays exactly the same. Okay? Let's go. Listen very closely. He's not leading me. And I'm not following him. There's no following or leading in Aiki. There is in Jiu-jitsu. But if I want to go to the next level, there's no following or leading. You're doing it wrong. Got it? That's why there's no choreography. Okay? So, I have to stay in my center relationship. So, my periphery, head and feet usually, and hand, to my center. And then you apply the principle of concentric truth. Well, there's a periphery and a center relationship between he and I. Do you understand? His job is to maintain it, and if I maintain my relationship and he maintains the center-periphery relationship, we don't need following and leading. Do you get that? So, let's watch some of these things, okay? He will do the Tai no Henko. Do you see me spinning around? That's me, not him. Okay? You can only do that because you disconnected. And remember, like rushing stacking dolls, you disconnected from the original intention, so you disconnected from the center-periphery relationship, so you disconnected from the Nage-Uke relationship. Okay? So, as he goes, here you'll see that I relax. I totally relax. Let's unwind how this happens. Look at my relationship to my arm. You see this? It's in a different place. Do you see this? Move out of the way, please. Do you see? So what did I do? I broke relationship here. You see? My center and my periphery, my limbs, are in the relationship. Always in the relationship. This is not it. Boom. Boom. So, if he pushes down, he's going to feel the weight. He's got to lift that leg. Do you see? When I'm over here like this, he goes down, my arm will move. Here's your fourth rule. If he stopped moving, I should stop moving. Not I'm going to try to stop moving. I just wouldn't move. He's not moving me. Why would I move? So when his movement stops, boom. You see? It stops. Don't break this relationship. My shoulder is still engaged between my head and my feet. My arm is not loose. Okay? He feels my weight. Okay? Let's go. Okay, so, well, why do you think we're disconnecting? There's a couple reasons. One is, again, the fear. The fear causes us to disconnect because the energy that we're working with requires consciousness and presence. And the entire system, my organization, my relationship to him, my relationship to the prescribed energy print, all of that, you can kind of think of it as a manifestation of creation. It starts to go, and now you lose consciousness, boom, this part falls out, the whole thing falls apart. Okay? So, it could be fear. I go in here and I fall in his arm, whoa. You're trying to get the energy out of your body. You understand? Well, spiritually, guess what you're practicing over and over? Cowardice. Cowardice. This is not the way of the warrior. So, he's not hurting me, is he? Okay. So, I just practice. It is a courage drill because of the relationship between fear and unconsciousness. Don't diminish it. It is exactly that. So I'm pushing, he goes, and I maintain consciousness, so I maintain organization. Got it? Right. So it could be fear. I go here, whoa, and I start to take off pressure. But again, if you pay attention, you will always have that gap there. So let's amplify the gap. Again, if I have certain skills, so here I have Aiki. You can see I'm still doing the same thing without gripping him. Just from here, boom, through. If I don't have that skill, guess what? I'm not doing this drill. Okay? But this is how everything works. So as he goes, I can keep the relationship without losing the palm. Okay, let's try that drill. Okay, the second reason you might be doing that is just you lack discipline. So you stop early. So I go, I'm here, I'm still holding the relationship. I go like, I did myself. No. Senshin on both sides. So you can go back to gripping if you want. He goes, maintain it. The rule should be that he's dangerous and I'm dangerous. And dangerous things do not drop their guards. Okay? So he comes in. He knows I'm ready to kick his freaking ass if he lets go of that arm control. If he takes his center out of that hand, he's going to free me. And I know that too. He's Nagas and he'll initiate the release. And we agree. And we create space. You almost always see these combinations. Go. Go. You get it? It's not dangerous. Every drill I have to attack his center. I'm not coming in to go around his center. You see? Every drill, if he does not move, he'll feel that. Got it? Okay, let's go. Oh, you're supposed to push me. There you go. slack. You can't even get the weight down. This is what I'm seeing. Come back, please. Here's what I'm seeing. Disconnect, root connection. Get your weight in there. Feel the arm. That's it. Okay. Late. Okay. It's about this staying connected. You're not trying to catch up to me. You see? My weight is constantly in there. There's no off, drop your arm, off, on. You see? Just this. Same relationship. Touch. You see? Touch. It's on. It stays on. You're ahead of me. There's no, that's not Aikido. That's behind me. So the drill, boom, tight on head hook, drop. The slap, slap. Lock your center, head and feet. So I don't need choreography. Do you understand? But you will if you're disconnected. Go. You see? But if you had a sincere attack, my body was in there. She goes around, drops her hand, she's going to drop my whole body. You understand? Try. So, due to the spiraling architecture, we will tend to begin a tilt of Ukemi, because that's the most efficient way of taking someone's balance. You begin a tilt, and then you have a new line of attack that goes an X pattern over the tilting angle. Okay. So as I'm pushing, he goes, he drops, I move. Okay? Watch this. Go. You see? That's not extended to my feet. That's me disengaging. Go back to rule 1. My butt went backwards. So a rule is when my head, you see the tilt? When he drops his hand, if my head goes down, my foot comes up. That's maintaining center. If I go here, boom, he goes. This is breaking center. Butt going back, you'll have the space on the grip. Then he has to use center to make me move. So we'll ask him, I'll do the first one, go. Which one's easier?
That one.
That one's easier, because I have less mass in there. I do the second one. You see? I'm also, if the technique continues, and I go here, and he turns, guess what? I'm gonna lose it. Just as he tilted my center, he can do that because my center is in my hand. As he turns, he's just going to move my whole body. Watch the difference. What's that? What do you see in that one? I'm choreographed. Do you see that? All I'm doing is center in hand. He goes, he moves. Again, which one's easier? This one. This is not even training. You can see I'm jacking them up. Okay? So, boom, boom. Oh, you're ahead of me. Boom. There's no leading and no following in Aiki. Okay, let's go. You want to get off the spectrum of I as Uke are making the technique happen, or I as Uke don't do the technique. That is still leading and following. That's not Aiki, okay? All I do is what I've said to do. So when he goes around, this foot is now pulled out of the technique. You see how there's that? And I'm going back. I'm doing that tilting rule. Do you see that? If my hand's in my center and he moves my hand, he's going to move me. Do you see that? If I pull my center out, it's done. I get this. And your Ukemi starts to look like this. Each one of those steps is resistance. You're trying to stop. So we do this drill. He'll turn. He'll drop his hand. Got it?
2 turns and then drop.
Sure. Got it? Okay, let's go. If I run in a circle, does this look weird? Maybe you don't know why. Does it?
Yes.
Okay. Does that look more normal?
Yes.
What's the difference? What? Someone speak like a leader.
You're changing your body angle.
To do what?
Angling towards the center.
Yes! You see? Am I running in a circle like this? How would you describe that?
You're stopping yourself.
This to me is staccato. Is that what you saw?
No.
You're trying not to run.
I'm trying not to run. I'm trying to stop myself. You see that? There's a knee ankle angle that's actually hitting the ground this way. When I run, I hit the ground this way. You see? I'm not going like this. Well, look, I can do it. Do you see? What puts my center in my hand? A particular external postural geometry?
No, Sensei.
No. Center in my hand. Is it only when I'm pushing him? No, he pushes me. Center in my hand. You see? So, as he goes around, whoa, I'm not maintaining all these concentric circles. Okay? It should just be normal. You see that? Each one of those stomps is preceded by a disconnect, which now he pulls you. You see? Try it again. Okay? Tell me where you spot a conscious choreography in my body. Did you see it? And you should feel that martially. You get it? So the guy disconnected his hand. So I'll show you what I mean. Keep your center in there. Keep it in there. Keep it in there. Keep it in there. Because this hand will come back and hit you. Okay? This hand will come back and hit you. Take that step. I'm going to hit you harder this time. Don't let me hit you. I mean it. Do you want to take that step? Here's what's happening. So I pushed and then I disengaged. It's no different than that. I push and now I go under the technique. When I go under the technique, I take my center out of my hand. You see that? Because his body, right here, if he's doing the teeter drill, do you see? So he feels my weight there. When I go under, watch it, just feel it. Do you see? It comes off. So you would feel that, and you just come right into my head. Boom! So we want to train this way because you're not becoming conscious to the yin space. Do you understand that? So you're not becoming conscious to where the techniques begin and end, as well as all the other things we mentioned. So, I told you it was dangerous. Got it? So, as much as he's pinning me, what do you think I'm doing? I'm pinning him, okay? So he goes, well, I'm occupying that arm. If that arm goes dead, then I can come in. I'm checking him out. He should feel my weight. Now, here's the hard part. His center's in that hand. Give me some. Whoa, center's in that hand. Center stays in that hand. Center stays in the hand. Whoa, I'm always threatening him. Threatening him. I have to maintain center as I go topsy-turvy backwards. What do you think you're going to do? You're going to disengage. You see? Jiwaza, boom, boom, go into something else. But Kihon Waza, Uke is supposed to work on it. Okay? Let's go. Remember, Ukemi is not fall in a certain way. And I started this by saying you shouldn't fall the same way every time. Okay? I gave you another clue. When the head goes down,
Foot comes
a
up.
foot must come up. Otherwise you break center. So as he goes, when I go like this, do you see? Look at that posture. Okay? He's bringing me in, but he's not bringing me forward. Let's say I'm here and he walks that way. And he's going to move my center. Here, he's tilting me in. So my foot gets planted. My foot comes out. If he's pulling my center more, you see he's going all that way. I can feel my grip opening, go. It's here. He starts to bring me around. My head's going back. Look what's happening to my foot. Do you see? It's not here. This is broken center. Just like this is broken center. Some of you break center for the sole reason that you want to do your back break fall. That's not Ukemi. I don't know how you're going to fall other than you will reconcile yin and yang. No. Watch when I do that. I'm going to do my break fall. You see? Experiment.